Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me here today. Let's do our yang workout yoga session, our more energetic session for March. We are moving from Vata into Kapha. So Vata is our winter, cold, dry, kind of airheaded, often very depleted feeling season. And the tail end of winter is leading us into spring. So they say usually Kapha season is like end of February onward. Where I am, Southern Ontario, this is how I think of Kapha season. We get the February thaw. If you know, you know. All of a sudden, there's one day in February where you wake up and something's different. And the winter has changed for the season. There's some melt. Instead of it being that really dry cold where the snow crunches under your boots differently, there's more of a damp cold that starts to come in. We have increased hours of daylight, which means that we have better digestive fire. So our appetite might be changing and the foods that we are looking to eat might be changing. Or you may notice that you can tolerate things at the tail end of winter that you could not tolerate earlier in winter. There's appetite and digestion is tied to hours of daylight and the sun. Or you may feel that your digestion is kind of rickety. So we'll do a mudra for digestion to help us out. We will do an essential oil and a tea to help us with our digestion. So I like a citrus blend. It's in your basic starter pack for essential oils. There's always lemon essential oils. It's usually, you can get those 3 packs that it's like lemon, peppermint, and lavender. If I had a nickel for every time I've seen a 3-pack like that. And lemon is honestly, it's one of the cheapest essential oils. If you feel like it's getting a little bit old, you can use it to clean your home if you don't want to put it on your body. But we can smell it and it can energize us. So something that often happens as the spring comes is we have this renewed desire and energy, but actually we feel like kind of flattened, depleted, and tired. And it's because we are entering spring on the heels of winter, right? So maybe you've been eating only comfort food, low nutrient food, your stomach can't handle a lot. So one thing that we can do with our essential oils is to boost our energy. You can diffuse it, you can put it on a tissue and tuck the tissue in the collar of your shirt. You can put it in your fancy diffuser. I like to just take those wooden balls that you can get, mothball kind of idea, cedar balls, put a couple drops on it and then leave it on my desk in a little candle holder. I put the cedar balls in to diffuse the scent of the oil. A citrus blend that I like is lemon, orange. I love lime. It's like the jazziest of the citrus. It's the most energizing. Bergamot is a little bit more zen. It works out really nicely in that mix. And then I like a drop of geranium as well. It helps to bring out the citrus smells. Too much geranium usually is off-putting, but let's say a few drops of lemon, a few drops of orange, a few drops of lime, a few drops of bergamot, and then 1 drop of geranium is usually a good blend. If you like a little more lemon or a little more orange, you can experiment with the different aromatic tones. If we want to use our lemon to help with digestion, what can we do? We can have lemon, sliced lemon, squeezed lemon, lemon juice, lemon flavored tea, anything, but do not ever drink essential oils, please. Please, for the love of your health and well-being, do not ever drink essential oils. Any kind of lemony tea, my favorite at this time of year, I feel like this is good for a Kapha energy, decaf green tea or green tea with lemon. And on that note, I often like decaf coffee when I'm feeling really like flattened in my energy. But at this time of year, as we get longer hours of daylight, the transition and the daylight savings time change can monkey with our sleep. So definitely we should be cautious about caffeine. If we would like to improve our digestion topically, lemon is often used, diluted with oil. We can put a drop on our bellies. We can do a clockwise massage. And that can often help with our digestion. And when I'm saying clockwise, I mean from the top. If you were looking at me, from the top towards your left, that is the way that we circle. Okay, those are essential oils. There's our tea. There's our energy for the season. One other thought about our springtime energy is often people feel an urge to walk, get out walking. So we'll do some work around balance because it's still slippery outside. Our energy of kapha is wet or damp. So the mud can be slick as things defrost, ice, water, all those things. So we want to have really good balance. We will challenge our balance today. We will do some walking kind of movements and stretches for our hips. They can be a little tight after sitting all winter. We'll do a walking meditation, and I will link below to a walking meditation as well. My students have told me this works really well for them. If they can't get out, it's a way to boost their mood. And of course, I always want to talk about the latest sleep research. It is supposed to be one of the best ways to fall asleep at night. Not counting sheep, but in your mind, picturing a walk that you know very well in extreme, extreme detail. So you picture yourself walking towards the door, reaching towards the doorknob with your right hand, opening the door, looking outside, looking around, feeling the air on your face, noticing the trees, stepping across the threshold, like really fine detail. The research shows this is the best way to fall asleep. Always in the yoga world, we also have our walking to a safe place, relaxation, visualization. That's another option. Okay. That's all I've got. There's a lot of chit chat. Let's get moving. We'll start standing. Standing tall in mountain pose, fingertips reaching down, fingers spreading, toes spreading, energizing in two directions, really pressing down, pulling up, lifting tall, renewed springtime energy. And we will begin with Hakini Mudra, sometimes called a problem-solving gesture or health-renewing gesture. Our fingertips are touching, and we can keep it in front of our heart center. So one thing that we may notice with our renewed energy in the spring is that we are ready to make good on some of our goals from our New Year's resolutions, or we are ready to move forward with some stuff that's going on in our lives. So let's have this mudra inspire us to have the energy to move forward and also open our minds to solutions, pathways, and opportunities to come to us during our time together today. Option to close our eyes here. Closing our eyes to help open our minds. Drawing our attention towards our breath. With our hands in this position, we may notice that our breath feels more accessible laterally, meaning that with our breath in, we feel our rib cage expand more to the sides. Maybe we're more aware of our breath in our back, the sides of the waist. And let's see if we can deepen our breathing. Often we use counting. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3. Exhaling, 3, 2, 1. And after a few rounds of breath, increasing the count to 4 or 5 or whatever a comfortable number is for you here today. And then let's go ahead, open eyes, we can shake out our hands, and I will be reading to us from a mood deck. So these breathing techniques and movement practices are designed to lift our lethargy and be unburdened by it. We begin with our stair-stepper breath. I love this visualization. So our stair-stepper breath is to take little sips of breath through the nostrils as though you are climbing a mountain. I have heard to use lucky number 7, so 7 sips of air through the nose. And then exhale however it's comfortable, often like a real feels good. If 7 is too many, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever number we like. So imagine ourselves walking to the top of the mountain with each sip of air, and at the top of the mountain, visualizing looking out to see something beautiful. Then we imagine we are taking little steps back down the mountain. We will repeat 3 times up and 3 times down. Let's stand comfortably. So we can stand at our mountain if that feels comfortable for us today. Let's sip to the top of the mountain, imagining ourselves walking to the top of the mountain, eyes opened or closed, up to 7 sips through the nose. When we get to the top, we're a third of the way up the mountain. Let's keep walking. We might like to make a lot of noise on that exhale. Sometimes we have to really release something. Okay, eyes opened or closed. Bring an image into our minds of something absolutely beautiful that we can see from the peak of the mountain. Do we see more mountain peaks? Animals, clouds, birds flying past, fruit trees, whatever feels beautiful to you. And then eyes opened or closed, we'll walk ourselves down the mountain with sips of breath. Again, if we want to make a lot of noise, go for it. 2 more. Now that we are at the base of the mountain, bringing that strong base energy into our feet, we circle sweep our arms. Inhaling, arms to the top. Exhaling, hands to heart center. So we'll do a lot of movements with the arms today. Now, keep in mind, we can always do smaller circles or asymmetrical circles depending on what's going on with our arms. As long as we are moving, we are flowing, we're breathing, we're bringing in the intention of the movement. So we'll do a little bit more to warm our shoulders before we get into our super exciting stuff. Let's start with our hands on our hips. I promised we would do marching. So we're gonna lift 1 knee at a time. We can do opposite arm and knee. Strong arms here, 1 arm front, 1 arm back, thinking about channeling like our inner flamenco dancer or whatever kind of strong walking imagery you like to bring in. To challenge our balance more, we're taking a bigger step and pausing at the top, controlling that range of motion. We can inhale as we lower and then exhale to pull our abdominal muscles in as we lift. For more mobility, let's give the knee a circle. So we lift and then circle up and around as we step. Lift, circle up and around as we step. If you're a sports fan, you've probably seen people warming up on the field, doing big knee circles. It's a great way to loosen up those hips, and a lot of yoga is hip focused, right? Okay, 1 more each side. Whatever variation we're doing, we could also be tapping, we could be holding a wall. I hope you know, please be comfortable as we modify. Let's take our feet wide. So if you want to turn side on your mat, or if you have your mat set up like me, or if you're just on the floor, we'll do a fair amount of wide work today. Spreading our fingers, and let's take ourselves side to side, a variation of waving clouds. So as we're taking ourselves side to side, we're actually kind of pulling the elbow back. We can get a little rotation here, a little bit of strength in the legs. So we'll keep working on this theme that we may feel more energized but we don't want to push it too hard. So that means that we'll have a recovery. Every practice should have a recovery. I'm becoming more and more a believer in having recovery for just about everything. Let's keep going. We can maybe go deeper in the legs, but we're gonna roll one shoulder at a time. So I've actually found great benefit for myself and my clients, even when you come home from a walk or any light movement, take a moment to do like a yoga style kind of wind down. A tree pose, a few mindful breaths, a couple of stretches with the eyes closed, feeling calm. And there is great value to that kind of stress recovery after movement. So we're gonna bring that in today. All right, we're in our wide sort of sun pose. Let's do lateral flexion side to side. We can use our hands on our thighs for support, sliding down one thigh, lengthening the opposite side of the waist, back and forth. If we like a large range of motion, we can, but let's check in with our shoulders. I said we'll do some more aggressive shoulder movement today. If shoulders feel good, that's great information. If shoulders are feeling not so hot, that is really important information. So maybe we're moving smaller range of motion, whatever we need to do to keep moving and feel successful. We'll turn all 10 toes forward. Side lunge. We're bending one knee at a time. Opposite leg is straight, coming back through center, other way. Okay, one knee is bent, one knee is straight, and we're shifting our butts backwards so that we're hinging from our hips instead of kind of like slumping down. Let's keep this strong, solid springtime energy. Strong base, remembering that mountain visualization we did, crown of the head to the sky. If we would like to do larger movements, we're reaching overhead. We can take hand to opposite knee, adding rotation. All right, looking good. Let's go once more each way, and then we'll pause and hold. So let's take it on over. We'll do the right side first. If we like, we can stay here as we are. We can challenge our lower body strength by bringing hands to heart center. Maybe we want to take left fingertips down, and then some people like to do this one with the legs straight and twisted. We're not super warmed up, so if it feels incredibly tight, let's just keep one or even both legs bent. Moving to the other side, we can start with hands to thigh, setting our form. This side might feel different, so let's go through all those little steps. Hands to heart. Right hand down. We may like to keep our twist with the knee bent, or twisting with the leg straight. Now we can bend both knees to come back through center. Moving through the center, maybe climbing up through our thighs. We can walk our feet towards one another. And then reset in our standing position. Sliding shoulders up, down, and back. And we'll do a couple of different variations. Let's do our peppiest version first. So we'll do a variation of bellows breath. And this one can really boost our energy, which is why I remind us that we will do our recovery. So it looks like this. Probably should have warned you we might like a tissue. A fairly quick, forceful exhale through the nose. Gentle but firm fists. How can we make this more adapted if shoulders aren't feeling so great? Same idea, but small movements, all right? If we can do that sort of pull-up motion, let's go like this. We'll do inhale up, 5 pumps, and then pause. Inhale up, 5 pumps, pause. Inhale up, 5 pumps, pause. Here we go. I'll walk us through it. Big breath in. All right, 5 times. Okay, we rest the arms. Big breath in. We'll let it out. Let's go again. Inhale up. 5 pumps. Rest. Last time. There we go. Big breath up. 5 times. And then we pause. Coming once more back into mountain, noticing how we're doing. Usually gives us a good energy boost. If any of these techniques don't feel good or you feel lightheaded, just breathing normally and you can just kind of mock through the movements. All right, our power breathing. We take our elbows out and our fingertips to our shoulders, more of a Tai Chi stance here. And we do 2 breaths to one side at a time. So we go inhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, exhale. When you're ready, come join me. Inhale. So we can take a quick sip of air in between, but then a full breath in the center. We might like to pivot more from the hips, picking up our heels. Okay, once more each way. Great. Let's bring our feet just to a grounded position. If they've been pivoting, we'll inhale, arms open to T. And exhale to release. We can soften our knees. We'll do one more round of breath like this. Great. All right, this is our last energizing style of breathing. Breath of joy, 3 inhales and an exhale. Also sometimes called conductor, like we are conducting an orchestra, because we go like this. Inhale, 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 exhale. Inhale, 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 exhale. Front, side, top, back. However it makes sense for you, whenever you're ready, come on and join me. So again, we're working on this theme, taking in sips of air. If you would like to add noise, we can ha, ha. Maybe we have some sort of pent-up angsty feelings about this long winter that we want to let out. Go for it. Ha. Okay, let's do 2 more. All right, to recover, we'll just simply inhale up and soft bend with the knees on the way down. Inhaling up, soft bend with the knees on the way down. Let's make it smaller. Smaller. Okay, let's take a deep breath up to the top, and then we'll release our arms to the side. Fantastic. We'll do our dancing warrior 2. So still a flowing energy, but more stable now. We'll go through a warrior series as well. For today, I will mirror you. So let's take our feet wide, and let's start with the right side. Bending the right knee, stacking hands over feet. Our dancing warrior, we pivot the feet. So we're bringing right toes forward, left toes move into warrior 2. And I love this one because often without realizing we twist our bodies. And this one can help us remember that we're really just pivoting our feet for our warriors. We may like to point our hands front so that we realize that our shoulders are not going anywhere. Shoulders directly over top of our hips. Another way to do it would be that fingertip to hip version, fingertip to shoulder version that we did earlier. So we pivot our feet. We can drop low if we like. If we like our more classic warrior 2 arms, we can. If we would like to flow, we can tap Hakini Mudra overhead, challenging our proprioception to get our fingertips together, and then lower down. the right knee bent. Let's pause there. Warrior two, settling in, a solid depth that feels like a good challenge for us. We've had our arms out for a while. Let's give our arms a rest. Maybe just for today, our warrior two is a chest expansion, reaching palm to palm in behind, squeezing the muscles of the upper back. Let's take our left hand in behind our backs, sort of towards our right back pocket for side angle. Front arm to front thigh. Rotating, rolling shoulder open, down and back. Pausing here. We can press arm into leg, leg into arm to help us roll open. Let's reverse our warrior, moving through our warrior two legs. Taking right arm to the sky, stretching right side of the body. And we could add our tricep stretch here if we like, bending the elbow so the arm drapes in behind the head. We'll turn this into our reverse triangle, so we're straightening the front leg. And then triangle pose. So we're reaching far past our right leg, letting ourselves drop, and again we can rotate open, hand to the inside of the leg, giving ourselves some rotation. To switch sides, let's give ourselves the easy way. We'll bend our knee, walking our hands down, coming through center to a wide-legged forward fold. Bending our knees, climbing up our thighs. And we're ready for the left side. All right, left toes to the left wall, stacking hands over feet, thumbs pull up, and let's add our chest expansion in from this angle this time. Thumbs back, might feel nice to do a little movement of the head. We'll take a right arm in behind the back, left arm to left thigh, side angle pose here, rolling that shoulder in behind. So it's our top arm that sort of moves towards the opposite back pocket. If we have really long arms and lots of shoulder mobility, sometimes we can wrap it around. And then there's always the option to drop hand to hip to feel more solid or secure. Reversing our warrior. So let's press down into the left heel, lift up through the left inner arch to maintain our balance. All of our deep core muscles have to pull up. Left arm to sky, and then we can bend the elbow in behind the head if we like. Another option would be the fingertip to shoulder variation, or hand in behind the head, almost like we're doing crunches. One arm crunches, you know what I mean. Straightening the front leg. So in this case, it's our left leg, reversing our triangle, stretching the elbow up, shoulder blade down. A triangle pose. Reaching left hand, past the left fingertips, and we can use our thigh or shin for support, or we can press our hand into our leg to help us get more rotation here. Let's see if we can enjoy ourselves in our wide-legged forward fold for today. Bending our knees, walking our hands to the long edge of the mat. We can keep our knees bent and just kind of hang and sway. If we prefer the straight leg variation, kind of changes the angle to the stretch. Feeling it out. And when we're ready, we can walk our hands up our thighs, working our way back through to standing. Take as long as we like. We're doing a lot of moving, a lot of breathing. Anytime we do that, there's risk for dizziness. We can take our time. We want to be safe. We never want to fall, right? We are ready, once we get to the top, for our high knee balance. We'll be holding our high knee pose. So if we want to hold onto a wall or anything like that, we can. Let's find stability under our feet. Strong and grounded, mountain energy. Let's pick a good leg to balance on. I think today I'm going to stand on the side, lifting the opposite leg. Careful that as we lift up, we maintain our posture. Sometimes we lift and kind of deflate, right? Okay, bring that tall mountain energy with us. We're climbing the mountain. We will not do sips of breathing here, unless you really want to. But sometimes it makes us more dizzy and we're already only standing on one foot. If we would like to take our arms overhead and again tap our fingertips into our Hakini Mudra, we can. Maybe we're picturing our fingertips, visualizing the top of the mountain peak here. If our arms do not want to go overhead today, where can they go? We can have palms to thigh, arms to T, anywhere else. Let's make sure we're breathing. Can we slow down our exhale and walk ourselves back down the mountain? We got two sides. Here we go. Solid, grounded, stable, firm base, drawing up from the core. Taking a moment to let our hands plant wherever they feel like they belong today. Each day is different. Or maybe you just prefer to watch me and do whatever I do. That's okay too. Sometimes our brains need a break from considering so many things and making so many decisions. Can we slow down our exhale? Slowing down our heart rate. As we're ready to do so, walking ourselves back down the mountain. Standing chest expansion here. So we did that variation earlier where we were reaching palms together. We did a variation drawing thumbs back. Both of those are fine. We may like to interlace our fingers in behind as another variation, or sometimes people like to take fists to the back of the sacrum to focus more on lifting up from the sternum. Yogi's choice, whichever we like. We'll pause and breathe here. We may once more like to visualize inhaling to the top of the mountain. And we can use this pose to help ourselves go back down the mountain. Maybe we're interlacing our hands in behind and adding our chest expansion to our forward fold. But we will make our way down into child's pose or any other comfortable position on the mat. We can get there in our own time, resting back, supporting our bodies however we need to do so. And then we'll walk our hands around to a seated position. One thing that often happens as we do a lot of walking, even coming out of the winter with heavy boots on, stomping through the snow, we get quite tight in our hips. Let's do a variation of a hip stretch, our figure four, or butterfly. So our figure four usually has our ankle coming up over our thigh. If this is not feeling so great, we could also bring it inside the leg. So it's a variation of head to knee, and it increases the stretch if we take our foot up and over or all the way over. So everyone's hips are a little bit different for this one. If we feel good in our hips, that's the main idea. We can sit tall, or we could start to hinge forward. So we have enough time to kind of play with each of these variations. If we wanted the knee inside the thigh, the foot inside the knee, oh my gosh, the foot inside the knee, ankle over thigh, probably the least favorite of the group, or aiming to stack knee over knee is the other option. So we can feel them all out. Take a few more rounds of breath here. walking hands back beside hips. And let's take this one to the other side. Okay, our option, foot inside the knee, butterfly leg, ankle over thigh, our pigeon leg, or knee over knee, a variation of sometimes called shoelaces or cow face. We can sit tall, or we can fold forward. And just like we did on the first side, we'll have enough time to try each variation. So even though we liked one version on the first side, doesn't mean it's going to be the best fit on the second side, especially since due to the nature of walking, the sides of the pelvis don't match symmetrically. So that often means when we come down to do our stretches, we need a slightly different version. Give it a few more rounds of breath here. We'll make our way back up to seated, and we'll come all the way down to lie on our backs. Once we get there, take a moment to get comfortable. Extending our left leg. We'll draw the right leg in, so we'll start on the right side, knee to chest, giving our right leg a big hug. Option for our hamstring stretch here, we can hold the back of the thigh, we can hold our pant leg, our knee can be straight or bent. But let's keep in mind that this is our super important recovery, so that we're not just running ourselves ragged from the moment we open our eyes in the morning until the moment we get into bed at night, so that throughout our day we can be weaving stillness, relaxation, restoration, increasing our energy through our breath work and our mood boosting movement, but also respecting that our energy isn't infinite, having times of rest and recovery. Planting our right foot down, we'll shift our hips a bit more to the right side of the mat. And let's come into our supine twist here. Knee across the body. We can have left hand to the outside of the right thigh or underneath the right leg to support it. Our right arm is free to come anywhere out to the side, and then maybe we're turning the head to look past the right shoulder or underarm. Moving back through center and setting ourselves up for the other side. Extending the right leg, drawing the left leg in, single leg knee to chest. And if we're a little bit wonky offset on the mat, we can take our time coming back through center. We can give our left leg a big hug, stretching our glutes. If this is our favorite pose, we could always stay right here. If we'd like to extend into our hamstring stretch, that's another option. Planting our left foot down, Shifting our hips closer to the left side of the mat, and then twisting, bringing the knee across the body. Letting our hands fall somewhere comfortable, so our right hand outside of the left thigh or underneath the left knee for support. And we may choose to turn the head, or maybe not. Now, as we come back through center, let's check in. So we're pausing for a moment in a neutral position, seeing what we need at this moment in time. We may like a long stretch, maybe a bridge pose, stretching out the front of the hips. And then let's finish in our supine position. Any comfortable supine position for today. Legs bent or straight, arms open or in. If we're thinking still digestion focus, and that may mean digesting thoughts and experiences, or that may mean literal food digestion, we can bring our hands to our bellies. Coming into our belly, breathing here. And let's take our minds on a brief walking meditation. It can be one way to keep our minds occupied if we feel that they are jumping all over the place. And let's pick for today a walk that you know quite well. And it may only mean walking to the window, walking to look out the front door. So let's bring ourselves into that movement. Could be a walk from our past. It's something we can picture that gives us good feeling. Breathing as though we would be breathing in that space. I hope on your walk there are elements of nature, maybe springtime, fresh growth, feeling the movement of walking, imagining our legs moving, long strides, swinging our arms. Walking around, picturing things in vivid detail. Noticing the weather. It can be any kind of weather you like. The time of day, how high or low the sun is in the sky. And we'll bring this forward moving energy with us as we roll to one side and come back to a seated position. So I promised a mudra to help us with digestion. Maybe we were thinking, we started with our Hakini mudra to help us solve our problems, see new options. And maybe we are digesting our thoughts or experiences. We can use our Agni mudra here, or our mudra of digestive fire. So I like to think of this mudra, it's like a candle flame with the thumb up. Pausing here, finding our deep diaphragmatic breathing, or our yogi breath, belly breathing, noticing that there's a weight drawing our shoulder blades down so that we feel grounded without feeling heavy. Feeling the warmth in our hands. And we may at this point be noticing a sensation of digestion, hunger, or thirst. That is all part of our Agni mudra. If we would like to bring some more fire into our energy and the rest of our day, we can be firming our abdominals with our exhale. We can think of this as fanning the flames. Inhale, relaxing slightly. And exhale, pull the belly in to push just a little bit of the air out. We're not working too hard here. One more breath out. We'll keep our core contained. We can release our hands, open our eyes. Let's sweep arms up to sky, exhaling hands into heart. Thank you so much for spending this time here with me today. From my light to yours, namaste.